Okay, good morning. Good morning, class. So we're going to begin our lesson. And I think the reporter today is ready to present their topic. So I think group 1. Is this group 1, right? Nakakaisa pa lang tayo. So
Yes,
group 1, okay, start your report. Okay. So the report would be uh, software licensing. Am I right? Tama ba? Software licensing.
yes,
So,
yes po,
okay.
sir.
Group 1,
And piracy, sir.
proceed with your report.
Okay na po.
Okay.
Secured po, sir. Or shall we start po? Okay na po.
Okay, go ahead.
So, good morning, sir. Good morning, classmates. My name is Sonny B. Santos, and we are the group. I am from Group 1, and together with James San Pedro, John Leonard Habber, and Kiad Pagdanganan. Today, we are going to present our report in Applied Business Tools and Technologies, the software license, and piracy. So let's start. Next slide. What is software license? It is a legal instrument, usually by the way of contract law, with or without printed material governing the use or redistribution of software. So, according to this, ito yung ginagamit natin. Parang ito yung patunay or certificate na legit yung software natin. Ito yung nagiging proof natin. The next, a software license is a document. Wait. A software license is a document that provides legally binding guidelines for the use and distribution of software. Ayan, parang document lang to. Parang isang file lang to na naipasok sa software natin. Next slide, please. Next slide na po. Ay, thank you. Software licenses typically provide end users with the right to one or more copies of the software without violating copyright. So, as I said earlier, ito yung nagiging proof natin para hindi tayo makopyright sa software na i-download natin. All software is copyright protected in both source code and object code forms, unless that software was developed by the United States government, in which case it cannot be copyrighted. Pag daw yung software na yun na-develop naman ng United States, hindi nyo daw pwede ito i-copyright kasi hindi na tayo makaka-copyright kasi nga free to use naman to, tas ano naman to, legal naman to, tas yung software niya parang open source lang. Next. Next slide. Then, the license also defines the responsibility of the parties entering into the license agreement and may impose restrictions on how the software can be used. Ito yung nagpapataw sa atin kung paano lang natin gagamitin yung software na yun, kung hanggang saan lang yung limitation nito, ganun. Tapos ito rin yung magiging proof natin para nga naman di tayo makakasuhan ng copyright or plagiarism, kumbaga, ganun. A typical software license grants the licensee, typically an end user, permission to use one or more copies of software in ways where such Such a use would otherwise potentially constitute copyright infringement of the software owner's exclusive rights under copyright. So ito, para lang magkaroon tayo ng permission na sa software na to, yun lang po ibig sabihin talaga ng software license na yun. Para lang talaga hindi tayo makasuhan. Software licensing terms and conditions usually include fair use of the software, the limitations of liability, warranties, and disclaimers and protections if the software or its use infringes on the intellectual property rights of others. So, software licensing, pasok dito sa terms and condition po nito yung pasok dito yung fair use of the software. Yung tamang paggamit nito. Kung paano ba natin ginagamit yung software na to. Tapos kung paano natin ito, tamang paggamit nito, kung hanggang saan yung limitation nito. Ayan, the limitations of liability, kung hanggang saan lang pwede. May limited access na tayo sa software na yun. Yung warranties, kung hanggang kailan lang pwede itong gamitin or kailan lang ito pwedeng kung magkaroon man ng error, pwede natin itong masolusyonan, ganun, or may tawag agad sa developer. And disclaimers and protections. Ayan, yung mga kakaroon tayo ng protections dito. So, for the next reporter, here's James San Pedro.
Right. My name is James San Pedro, and I'm gonna report the two common categories of software license. Next. First, proprietary software. Proprietary software refers to any software that has copyright and has limit to use and distribution. These limits are imposed by the developer publisher. Ito yung mga software na limitado lang yung paggamit, di basta-basta i-share di pwede basta i-share sa iba. Dahil ganito yung pagkakagawa ng developer niya, yung pinaka-publisher. It may also be referred to as closed source or commercial software. Ang tawag din dito, closed source, kasi nga parang limit lang ngayong nakaagamit, di halos lahat nakaagamit nito. Consumers can purchase proprietary software for a free but may not distribute or copy it anyway. Pwede tayong makagamit nito ng libre, pero di natin basta-basta pwede itong ma-share sa iba, baka kasi makakasuhan tayo ng copyright. The majority of software is proprietary and is developed by ISBs or independent software vendors. Yung mga software daw halos lahat ay majority proprietary or may pagmamay-ari, private, yun. Next. Second is free and open source software. Legal and binding contracts between the author and the user of a software component declaring that software can be used in commercial application under specified. Ito naman ay halos kabaliktaran ng proprietary software. Dahil ito, legal na nagagamit ng libre. At isa ito sa paraan upang maiwasan yung pagpapiracy kasi nga libre na natin nagagamit yung software. A method for making a software program free while requiring that all modified and extended version of the program also be free and released under the same terms. Isa din sa paano magawa sa sarili natin software na libre at hindi makapiright, tsaka dapat ma-release din natin siya ng libre under sa terms and conditions niya. Any software created using an open source component with a copyleft license must be released on open source as well. Kahit ano daw na software na ginawa, nagamit ang open source, dapat daw mailabas mo din ng libre. Grants its user for essential freedoms. Grants for essential freedoms may be reported by John Leonard Javier. Yan yung mga example ng open source software. Linux, Java, PHP, Blender, Firefox. Sa proprietary software naman, Windows, iTunes, Google, Skype, Mac. yung sa proprietary halos ginagamitan ng mga account. Next. For essential freedom.
I'm John Leonardo. I'm gonna report the 4 essential freedom of a free software. 4 na kalayaan kung paano gamitin ang libreng software. First, the freedom to run the program as you wish for any purpose. And also, the freedom of any kind, a person or organization to use it on kind of overall job and purpose without being required to communicate. And about it with the developer or any other specific entry. Malaya natin napapagana o nagagamit sa anumang bagay o other purpose like to do sharing, task studying, sharing, and modifying that software. Number 2, the freedom of study and change it does your computing as you. It should be how to access in any website. How you can it works, you need to have access to the source code. So the program, therefore, accessibility to source code is a necessary condition for free software. Number 3, the freedom to distribute copies as you can help others. Distribute it to your neighbors or others so they can use it as well as you. Pwede mong ibahagi kahit kanino ang mga kopya sa ganong paraan. Makakatulong hindi lang sa pamilya kundi sa iba. The freedom to distribute copies of your modified them to others. Means you are free to distribute copies either with or without modifications, either gradation or changing a fee or distribution to anyone. Libre o gustong magbabayad sa mga kopya na isibahagi sa iyo. Next po. Two main categories of open source license. What is an open source license? The simplest expression is that open source licenses are legal and binding contact between the author and the user of a software component clearing that the software be used in a commercial application under specified conditions. Permissive. Give unlimited permission to use, study, privately modify the software and includes minimal requirements on a distribution. This gives us the permission to take the code and use it as a part of closed source software and software release under proprietary software license. Unpermissible is permission to use a permission open license, non-copyleft open source license that grants that can to use, modify, and distribute while also permitting proprietary works permissive. Ang example po niya ay BSB license and MIT license, Massachusetts Institute of Technology. What is MIT? Ang MIT is the permissive free software license. Basically, you can do whatever you want with software license under MIT license. Only if you add a copy of the original MIT license and copyright notice. Notice it is the reason behind is a high adoption rate of developers. MIT, pwede mong gawin kung anong mo, basta forget credits to the owner. Next, letter B. Copyleft. Giving the protecting users unlimited freedom to use, study, and privately modify the software, and if the user adheres to the term and condition for the GPL freedoms to distribute the software or any modification of it. Kahit yung copy naman po, nagbigay kalaya kahit ilang beses pa mo pang gatin. Example po yan, GNU, General Public License. General Public License allows to link open source libraries in your software if you are simply compile or link GPL library with your code. Next po. Types of common software license bill. Public domain grants or rights. Kahit sino pwede gumamit when it's public. Katulad po ng Google o kaya yung Chrome. Next, number 2, permissive. Grants used including rights to license allow proprietary license compatibility. Yan naman po yung must-have requirements. Kailangan po na-meet katulad ng Netflix. Bago ka mapanood, babayad ka na. Parang yan po. Number 3. LGPA, GNU Public License allows you to link to open source library in your software. Pwede mo siyang mabuksan saan ng link, sa parang ng link. Number 4. Non-commercial license grants right for non-commercial use only may be combined with your copyleft. Nagbibigay ng mga karapatan sa paggamit ay pwede sa lahat. Pwede po sa lahat. Number 5. Trade secret, no information made public. Walang impormasyon na nawa sa publiko. It's a private information. Next reporter po, si Kiad Pagdahan po.
So, before we proceed po sa reporter na si Kiad, meron po kaming short video na natutukoy naman about sa next topic. So, start. Wala po talaga siyang sounds. Ano lang talaga siya. Babasahin lang dyan. Panoorin lang dyan. Wait lang po, technical problem.
While waiting for the video, can we continue to the next reporter? Then let's play it after the reporter. So, yung time natin hindi ganong maubos. So, proceed muna tayo dun sa next reporter. Then, we will play it again dun sa last part after the reporter. Yung last reporter
Okay.
natin. Okay?
Okay po, sir. Guys, kung naghanap po kayo ng sound, wala po talagang sound dyan. Tugtog lang po talaga yung nakaano dyan. Yung pinaka, ano yan. Yun lang. So, okay, pwede na po sa next video. Next slide. Pwede na mag-present yung next.
Okay, go ahead.
Interview na lang naman po kasi. Thank you po.
My name is Kiad Aliana G. Pagdanganan. I will report piracy? Is the act of stealing software that is legally protected. This is stealing includes copying, distributing, modifying, or selling the software. When software piracy occurs, compensation is stolen from these copyright holders. Yung software piracy daw po is naka-include po doon yung pagkopya po nung kunyari po yung video or presentation po ganun. Distributing yung pinamimigay po yung parang binebenta po sa ibang tao. Tapos naka-occur po doon yung nag-copyright po sila tapos hindi po sila nag-credits po doon sa may-ari po. Software piracy regulation. Computer piracy is legal and constitute a federal crime. The monetary penalties for those who break this law can reach up to $150 per instance of copyright violation. Yan po yung posible pong bayaran nila if malaman po na nagka-copyright po sila, ganun po. Types of software piracy. Soft lifting. When someone purchases one version of the software and download it onto multiple computers, even though the software's license states it should only be downloaded once. Ito naman pong shoplifting is para pong soft lifting po pala. Para pong kunyari po, meron pong Netflix, di ba po? Tapos po, nag-download po ako ng isang movie doon, tas pinasa ko po sa ibang computer or dinownload ko din po sa ibang computer. Ganun po yung soft lifting. Client-server overuse. When too many people on a network use one main copy of the program at the same time, this becomes a type of software piracy if the license doesn't entitle you to use it. Yung client-server overuse po, yung pinapayagan lang po na one copy lang po, then hindi po siya pwedeng i-download sa multiple times po na ibang phone or gadgets po. Next. Next, Jess. Hard disk loading is a type of commercial software piracy in which someone buys a legal version of the software and then reproduce copies and or install it onto computer hard disk. Yung hard disk loading naman po is para pong pare-parehas lang po sila, pero ang pinagkaiba po nito is dina-download po siya or ini-install po sa iba-iba pong hard disk. Yung sa, kunyari po, memory card, ganun po. Or sa iba-ibang computer. Counterfeiting when software programs are illegally duplicated and sold with the appearance of authenticity, usually sold at a discount price in comparison to a legitimate software. Yung sa, dito naman po sa number 4 is yung, kunyari po yung sa CD po sa Malolos, ganun po, tapos dina-download po sa USB, yung binibenta po sa mga pirated po. Ganun po. Online piracy, also known as internet piracy, is when illegal software is sold, shared, or acquired by means of the internet. This is usually done through a peer-to-peer file sharing system, which is usually found in form of online occasion sites and blogs. Dito naman po yung sa may, kunyari po sa YouTube po, nag-download ka po ng video ng ibang tao, tas kunyari po, gagawa ka po ng para pong YouTube account niya. Tas dun po i-upload nyo po ulit yung video po nung kinuhanan nyo. Next po. Ito naman po yung mga posibleng mangyari. Increased chances that the software will malfunction or fail. Yung kunyari po, nag-download ka po ng kung anong file po, pwede pong mag-lag po or mag-fail po yung laptop, ganun po. Forfeited access to support for the program such as training, upgrades, customer support, and bug fix. Dito naman po yung yung kunyari po nag-upgrade po kayo ng computer or phone po. No warranty and the software can't be updated. Kunyari po yung sa sa Apple ID po sa iPhone user. Ay, software pala. Or sa laptop po, yung kunyari po yung PowerPoint na app. Meron po, di ba po, minsan binabayaran po sa ganun. Pag po hindi po hindi na po magagamit or hindi na po pwedeng gamitin. Increased risk of infecting your PC with malware, viruses, or adware. Slowed down PC. Dito po yung naglalag na po yung sa PC nyo po, ganun po. Legal repercussion due to copyright infringement. Dito naman po yung, kunyari po, legal po kayong kumukuha or naglalagay po kayo ng credits po.
So that's our report